So, hello, beautiful people, and welcome. I'm really excited for this call today because this is not just another training. This is, I'd say, building the business the right way from the beginning with clarity and with integrity and with a strategy that actually duplicates. Because the truth is, anyone can start, but not everyone builds sustainable. And that's why I brought someone here today who has real incredible experience in network marketing and who understands structure and leadership and what it actually takes to grow something long term. So today is an opportunity for you to lean in and take notes and really listen and not just hear, but also to start obviously apply what we learn here. So I'm going to make it, I mean, there's going to be a few questions, but I'm going to try to make this call, sharp, short, and powerful. So I'll be asking Wayne a few questions and then we'll open it up so towards the end and we can just go from there. I think I've let everyone in. So I want to ask you, Wayne, the first question is if someone joins Ollie Life today, what are the most important things they should focus on in their first 30 days?
First 30 days, I would say using the device, right? We're talking about two different things here. We're talking about a product side and we're talking about the business side, right? And they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. But I would say someone just starting off, right? And the way we teach our teams here is get a device, use the device, get your results, share your results if you want to build a business, right? And it all comes back down to the products. Okay. For me, it was a little bit different, right? I wanted to get the device to help me with my diabetes and my A1C, but it was 2.5 weeks before I got my device in. But I understood the comp plan, and I'm all about the money, right? They say money don't make the world go round, but I've had it where I didn't have no money, and it's a lot better to have money than to not have money. Excuse me. So I focused on the money and, using the tools that Holy Life has at our disposal. And now it's even easier with all the systems, right? But it's all about creating a duplicatable system that you will use and implement. For me, it's all about piquing someone's interest if we're talking about the money side, right? And I like to talk on the phone to people, so I would just, if I was calling Karin, I would just say, hey, Karin, how's it going? Catch up a little bit. And then I just would ask her, have you ever heard of PEMF? No, what's that, right? It's a yes or no, right? And it doesn't matter what she responds to me. My goal is, all right, is to get the videos sent out to her. If she says, yes, I've heard about PMF, great. So you know all about this technology and all the benefits, the health benefits behind it. Let me send you some videos about what I'm learning about PMF, right? If she says, no, I don't know anything about PMF, great. I'm learning also about PMF. Let me send you some videos and you can learn about PMF and all the health benefits. So the goal is not to make a sale, right? The goal is to educate our prospects about PMF and then eventually Holy Life and our products. So it's all about having systematic goals. So I want to walk Karin down this process where I want to get the videos sent out to her, and then I'm going to wait a day or two, and then I'm going to call her up. Hey, Karin, this is Wayne. Call and see if you had a chance to take a look at those videos I sent you about PEMF and to see what questions you may have, right? That's the message I would leave if Karin don't answer. If she does answer, it's the same thing. Hey, Karin, checking in on you. Want to see if you had a chance to look at those videos I sent you and see what questions you may have. And the whole time is I'm creating a conversation with Karin or my prospect about PMF and then just see where that leads us to, right? If she starts asking me a bunch of questions that I don't know, Hey, I don't know that, but let's chat GBT it. Okay?
mm,
It's okay if we don't know everything, right? We don't want to be the know-it-all here.
mm,
We want to use chat GBT as much as we can. That way, it really shows your prospect that this is a very simple, duplicatable system here, right? And then eventually we get all of Karen's questions answered, and she tells me, "Hey, I have no more questions." I'm like, "Great. Which device did you want to start off with?"
mm,
That right there, Karen, is where I think a lot of people in sales miss the boat,
mm.
right? They don't ask for the sale.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to ask for the sale. It's, they have no more questions. They understand everything. If they got half a brain, they're buying a machine with you, right? A device.
Mm,
It's your job to ask them, okay, which device did you want to get started with?
mm, mm,
And if they're truly, truly interested, they'll tell you which ones, and then you can guide them along that path. But if they're not interested, then they're going to start him hawing around, right?
yeah.
And coming up with excuses why they can't get the device right now.
Mm,
And
mm,
that's okay too, right? If they if they tell you, "Hey, I just can't afford it right now, but I'm very interested," then you say, "Okay, that's great. I understand. When do you think you'd be able to purchase one of the devices? You want me to call you back in a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, right? Find out what their timeline is, and then just make a note in your notes next to their name when to follow back up with them for them to purchase a device.
mm,
But in that meantime, it doesn't mean you can't keep dripping on them, right?
mm.
Send them to some of our trainings, right? Even if you guys are on the other side of the world, time differences, you can send them the replay. Yeah. So that's how I will handle a prospect, right? Looking to buy a device. If they're looking to make some money,
Mm.
right? Then I'll just say, look, we got some great products here, but the money is through the roof. I've never seen a more lucrative comp plan than this one here. Let me send you our short video. I think it's 5 minutes long, and then I'll call you back in a few minutes, get all your questions answered. Sounds fair? They said, yeah, call me back.
Mm, mm. So it's not about being scared, asking questions. And what I was thinking, Wayne, is if someone's just shared the P90, well, the question could be, which product would you like? Would you like the P90 or the P90 Plus? If someone here thinks, oh, I've only shared the P90, not the other products, so you can give them that option then. We've got two of them. Which one do you prefer? So yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's great.
and
That's
yeah, and
great.
I started off with the P90, right? Because when I joined 7 months ago, Hawaii just wiped out the company's inventory on the P90 Plus. And so I ordered the P90 just because it was easy to get, and it still took 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
And so I started off with the P90, love it. It's helped me out a lot. But now that I have the P90 Plus, I love that one even better. So I have one the P90 at the house and then the P90 Plus at the office here.
yeah, yeah,
And I'm selling more P90 Pluses and goggles than just the P90 now.
yeah, yeah. All right, I've got another question for you. What are the biggest mistakes you see people make early on that really slows down their growth?
Um, on the product side, we'll separate it again, right?
Yeah.
On the product side, they don't start off low and slow. Okay? I got brand new people, never been introduced to PMF before. As soon as they get the device, even though I tell them low and slow, and this is more of the guys, they want to crank up the P90 all the way up to 10 and put their feet on it, end up with blisters, right? So yeah, that's not a good thing, right? And when they call me complaining, I'm like, great, that's great. Everything is great with Wayne, right? That's great. You know the thing works. Now, when your blisters heal, let's start over, right? Start back on level one for 5 minutes, and then we'll slowly work our way up from there, right? And so on the product side, it's the the customer or the new member not using the devices right. And so, guys, that's our jobs when we sell these devices to people is, text them or call them up and say, look, as soon as you get your device, give me a call. I'm going to walk you through. exactly how to use the device, right? Because even if you speak Chinese, the directions aren't that great, right? So that way you can get them started properly using the device, and it's a good experience for them. Because if they're having a good experience with it, getting the right results, chances are you're going to have a builder out of that person down the road. Okay? Uh, Now, for my business builders, uh, you know, I share the compensation plan with them, right? And then I'll just go through it with them and say, hey, any questions about the comp plan? Do you understand how the fast start bonus works? Yeah. Do you understand how the tier bonus work? Yeah. Right? Group sales. I said group sales and tier bonus is what blew me away. And they're like, well, why did it blow you away? So I am starting a conversation with them, even though they said, yeah, they watched it, they understand it, they may not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I want to make sure they understand that there's a lot of money at stake here with this comp plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if I know that they're a builder and they want to build big, I'll just tell them, hey, the most common mistakes that people make in a binary comp plan, right? And it doesn't matter which company it is. If it's a binary comp plan, you want to own the top three positions as much as you can control.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, and that
Uh,
one I didn't know, Wayne, when I started. So, but I know it now. And
yeah.
I guess it's all a learning curve, isn't it, when it comes to those things? And I guess that was one of the questions to you. You can ask very briefly. It's just how important is it to understand the comp plan really early on, and how deep should we know it?
I would say it's very important to understand at least performance bonus and the tier bonus early on. Okay, it's a lot to it, right? But it's very important. It's like getting a new job that they want you to, regular job, right? And to me, job stands for just over broke. So if you have one of those things, you understand where I'm coming from. But it's understanding what your job description is, so you know how to earn your pay,
Mm, mm,
right? And it's the same thing here, right? You need to understand that for every $1,000 device you personally sell, you're going to make $75 in fast start bonus. Okay, and then when you get a person on your left, a person on your right, whether they're your personal or not, you're going to earn a tier bonus.
mm,
And
mhm.
if it's $1,000 sale on each side, that's a $375 tier bonus,
I love
right?
that.
And so yes, tier bonuses are great. And so between the fast start and the tier bonus, as a brand new member slash builder,
Mm,
that's where you're going to make the bulk of your money early on.
yeah.
All right. And the way we teach people to build is first one goes on your left, it has to go on your left, next one goes on your right. And then you want to go left, left. Okay, so that person on your right, the next one you sign up another one, you're probably going to put it on that person right, left side. Okay, so we're going to be building left, left.
Mm. That
All
was
right.
another question I actually had, Wayne, and that's just if you can explain in very simple terms how the binary structure works for long-term success.
Yeah, yeah. It's better if I just pull up a slide, huh? Can I
Yeah.
share?
Yeah. Hang
Let me
on.
get the.
I might have to. No, you can do it, can you? Yeah.
Yep,
Cool.
I can do it. So, so I'm training on the comp plan for a convention. So I was working on my slide. So let's back up to the tier bonus, right? And I'm gonna pick on Linda because I see Linda right here on my screen. So let's just say, Linda, this is you, and you brought in person A and person B. You personally sponsor them. You made $75 on each one of them in performance bonus or fast start bonus. But because they're on the same level or the same tier, Linda, you made $375 in tier bonus. Some people call this matching bonus also because you got one on the left and one on the right. same thing. You made 375 because you got one left, one right, right? And then you then again sponsored C and D, which created another level or another tier. So you made another 375. But check this out. C sponsored E1 and E2. D sponsored F1 and F2. You made another 375. Okay, the computer looks at one left, one right, and pays you one tier bonus. Now, C and D we're going to get a tier bonus because they sponsored F1 and F2 and E1 and E2. So they will get their tier bonus. Okay, and then this goes on to unlimited levels. No matter who brings the people left and right, as long as you got one left, one right, you're going to get a tier bonus. Now, what I love about our comp plan here is Linda brought in A and B. They came in with $1,000 devices. She made $525 total between tier bonus and fast start bonus. But let's say A and B bought another $1,000 each in their name. So Linda's now going to get another performance or fast start bonus from A and B and another tier bonus. So Linda, you're going to make another $525 just because A and B bought some more product. All right? And it goes to unlimited depth, guys. So one thing people ask me, Karin, is do we want to give anybody away? I would say no. Right? Everybody you personally bring in, keep them for yourself. Place them either on your left side or your right side where you need them to be, because you're, one, going to get the fast start bonus, but two, we'll talk about coaching bonus later on.
And
Okay?
that is something that I've experienced, that there's been a few people doing, well, a couple of people doing in the team, to kind of be nice. That was their strategy, but they missed out on each and they don't really understand. So I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because that was that other, I've got another question, and that was what mistakes with placement can hurt us later on.
Yep. Yeah. Placement is crucial, right? Now, going back to giving away people, if I know that Karin and Linda are really good friends, and I sponsored Karin and I'm sponsoring Linda, I probably would give Linda away to Karin or vice versa, right? So that way we create synergy between Karin and Linda. I don't want them to be in competition. And if I know Karin and Linda are both builders, I may keep them both, but I will stack them on top of each other.
Yeah.
Okay? But if I don't know Linda's a builder, then I may give Linda away to Karin,
Yeah.
right? So, Linda, you want to say, no, don't give me away.
Yeah, but that's a
But
that's a great strategy. That's what I've done to place one first and then
yeah,
the other one below them. So yeah.
yeah. And so to the group sales bonus, Linda, this is you, and you sponsored A and B, and you also sponsored C and D, right? But look at A. A right here sponsored this first B, and this position here sponsored this first B. You're going to make tier bonus on all of the yellow or orange T's, okay? But the big money is all of the green bubbles with the B's in it, right? T stands for tier bonus. The B stands for the binary bonus. And the way this works is, if you came in with $1,000 device, okay, you can make you'll get paid 11% starting on your fourth level. Right? It's not right off the bat. It's on your fourth level, but you'll make 11% of your lesser leg's product volume. So let's just say your right leg is your lesser leg, your weaker leg, and it's got 1,000 points there in product volume for that day. The computer's automatically going to multiply that 1,000 product volume by 11% and then pay you whatever that commission is. So whatever 11%. Oh, that'd be $110, right?
Mm, mm.
So and then you can make up to $1,000 a day in the group sales bonus. And what the computer doesn't do is, let's say you got 1,000 points there today, they pay you on that. Tomorrow, your team didn't sign anybody up. You don't lose those 1,000 points; they're still there. You just don't make any group sales bonus on it.
Mm, mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so hopefully, and then look, um, if you're maxing out at $1,000 a day, either Karin or myself is going to catch that and say, hey, you may want to go spend another $1,000 in your center's name, buy another device, and bump up to $2,000 in your name, because then you'll be able to make 12% of your lesser legs product volume for a maximum amount of $2,000 each day,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And I mean that's $60,000 a month on a 30-day month.
Yeah.
And then if you're maxing that out, and guys, we will all get there eventually, but you're maxing out at $2,000 a day, we're going to say go ahead and spend another $4,000,
Mm.
get to the south $6,000 mark. You'll be considered a P5, and you'll make 13% of your lesser legs product volume, um, and max out at $7,000 a day, $210,000 a month.
And I think that, I mean, that's people here might think, well, that's a lot of money, but how I've done it, Wayne, is I mean, I came in with it like you with a P90, and I've just worked myself up, and the bonus I have put back whenever I could, and I've worked myself up to, the 6,000 US in my main account, which, everyone here can do if you just keep sponsoring a person, you get a bit of bonus, and long term, that's obviously a good strategy, hey?
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm not at the 6,000 mark. I'm still a P4, right? Only because I'm not maxing out at $1,000 a day. I mean, I can make up to $2,000 a day. I'm not maxing out at $1,000 a day yet.
Mm, mm.
So what I've done for strategy, as I needed more equipment, I'll put in another position either on my left side or my right side to get the tier bonus.
Yeah.
So if I'm buying, let's say, a shaken for $1,000, right? 1,100 with shipping and handling for me. Uh, I'll go ahead and put another position in my name, and then I'll make the tier bonus, and then I'll also get the performance bonus. And so, $1,100 device, I make $450 back,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people
right?
have asked that when it's come up that, in the future, Ollie Life won't let us have multiple positions. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, what I believe that they're going to do, and I'm hearing through the grapevine, is if you have multiple positions, they're just customer positions,
Yeah.
right? But they may come out and say, look, you can have one personal position that's building, and you can have one business position that's building,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
right? And so it may be that you check another box for your building positions,
Yeah.
right? And everybody else is a customer. But for now, we don't know what they're thinking, so I don't worry about things I don't know about yet.
Yeah.
But uh,
Yeah.
but I will say they're not in the business to hurt the people that's already here.
Yeah.
Okay, so they may just say, hey, from this day forward, everybody that's got multiple positions, you're grandfathered in, and then moving forward, everybody comes in, you're a customer. If you want to be a builder, then you need to check this little box that you're a builder, give us your tax ID or whatever, right? And then you're a
Yeah.
builder.
Yeah.
So they'll come up with something very simple and very fair for us to that are here now doing it this way.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great assurance, I think. Um, where
And
is the line between strategy, Wayne, and integrity when it comes to placement?
um, well, integrity, right? I can talk about that. Um, like I see Linda on the screen here, right? Linda's in my downline because of you, Karin. But the integrity part is I'm not going to go and recruit Linda and put her cross line to you, Karin, right? That's the integrity part. We don't want to cross line uh, people like that because, your integrity is all you got. But as far as building your business, there's no right or wrong way to build a business, right? There's a better way.
Yeah,
you know, the
yeah,
better way is to go deep, right? Think of yourself like a big pine tree that's got very deep roots,
yeah.
right? So whether it's your left side or your right side, whichever side your weaker side, you want to keep going down deep. In this example right here, Linda is the you. She's going to be coming down her left side of her left side. And then if her right side is her weaker side, then she'll be coming down the left side of her right side,
Mm,
right? Two straight legs down underneath you.
mm, mm.
What you don't want to do is start going off too wide. Like if this is Linda and she sponsored this person, she doesn't want to come here and then here, here and here, right? She's not going to make any tier bonus. She's leaving money on the table by going wide. In a binary comp plan, you want to go deep,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Uh,
And uh, and so yeah, that's the strategy is go deep, right? Keep everyone as your personals as much as you can, and then the integrity is do not cross line. Do not cross line. I would never steal anybody that's in my downline. Let's say you guys are all on my left side, okay? Right? And that side is blowing up a
mm,
lot stronger. It's like 5 times stronger than my right side. I am never going to steal Linda, Gary Abbott, or that other lady, Kate, that was taking a shower, right? I'm never going to steal you guys and put you on my weaker side,
mm,
right? That's just not right. And so, yeah, so that's where you want to be careful with integrity.
mm.
And and I can say, I hate to say this, but not everybody in the business is like that,
No.
right? And but they're the ones that are money hungry
Mm,
and just focus on the money and not doing what's right.
mm, mm.
Now, I love making money, but I will do it the right way.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's something that I definitely, as a leader, want to kind of, I guess, encourage other people to do too, to build that culture of integrity and doing it the right way, because in the end, there will, I guess, that will pay off, won't it? People, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so
Um,
let me share another strategy while I got this up right. Uh, fast start, fast start. Team bonus. All right. So here's another strategy, guys. If you are a builder, right, and you can recruit at will. Let's just say this is Linda again, right? And if Linda can afford it, I would encourage Linda to get the A position and B position. And what I usually tell my people is come in with a $2,000 order and then put $1,000 here and $1,000 there. Reason being is because Linda will build the business, right? Her A and B position will make $3,000 on her A position, $3,000 on her B position just because she is building it. Okay? So those two bottom positions are worth $3,000 each to you.
yeah.
So if you can afford it, I would encourage you to get A and B. If you cannot afford it, do not worry about it.
Mhm. And one thing
Okay?
that I want to say too, like people that are sitting here, they might have their own perception of, what people can afford. But all I can say is I just put it in to them, because you never know once they understand that, wow, it's going to put myself in a better position. I've honestly myself been surprised that some people gone, yeah, yeah, definitely, I want to have those positions. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's not our job to prejudge them on what they can afford and not afford, right?
absolutely.
Our job, if they're looking to build a business, is share the information and let them decide what's best for them. I haven't had anybody that said, uh, after I explained this to them about getting those two bottom positions, and I just asked them, hey, does it make sense to spend $4,000 on a business that you're going to build that will net you, return you $6,000 down the road?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer, right? I profit $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay, then you want to go ahead and get these two bottom positions.
Mm, mm.
What devices do you want to order?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Again,
Right?
which devices would you like to order? Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so with the upline or team bonus, main thing to understand here is you will make three times of what you initially come in with.
Mm,
So you come in with $1,000 device, you'll make up to $3,000. $2,000 order up front, you'll make 6,000. And I'm just blown away that some people will get into this with $6,000 initially, right? And but they can make up to $8,000 long run in upline bonus.
mm,
And
mm.
look, this is a crapshoot here, right? My sponsor is two levels below me. All right, this is how I figured out the team bonus or upline bonus. I called them up because I only saw like $4.50 in team bonus.
Mm.
And that's when I asked him, I said, I'm not directly underneath you, am I? And he looked and he says, why do you ask? I said, because I know you're building and I've gotten $4.50, right? Whereas my two bottom positions, they've already made $1,500.
Yeah.
And this guy's in M2 also. So I know that there's two. He said, yeah, there's two people in between me and you, two customers,
Mm,
right? And so it is what it is.
mm. Exactly. And I actually, guys, I've got the person on the call here, but I didn't sign up positions myself for the top positions because I couldn't do it at the time and I didn't know about this. So I put one person obviously on the left and one on the right. And the person on the left has just recently actually started building. But the way I actually was nudging him and I said, have you looked at the account? How much money have you made? And he had a look and he was sitting on about 600 US dollars with me actually having worked for him. So that's something that you guys can keep in mind too if you haven't got those positions. If someone's just got in there and they have no idea that they actually got money sitting in their account, and that's another good driver because I have found that even if people say there's $50 in their account, they go, "Oh, I've got some money in my account." It's kind of they start to realize, "Oh, I actually can make some money here, and I haven't really been doing much at all." So that's
Yeah.
one of the things that you can keep in mind on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Well,
never been in a company where I got paid from my upline's efforts.
yeah, and I think that's absolutely so brilliant because this business is built in such a way that it benefits, not just the top people. And I don't know if you guys have thought about that, but that to me is extremely appealing. So yeah. All right. So I've got just a few more questions and then we'll open it up.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got what daily or weekly actions should every serious builder commit to?
Uh, well, the very first thing is, and I'm going to stop sharing for right now. Uh, I would say personal development is the very first thing, right? And what I teach my team is if you're a reader, read 10 pages a day in a personal development book,
Mm,
right? Um, all of the top Fortune 500 CEOs spend more time on personal development than they do running their companies. And it's because of their personal development that they're going to attract the right people,
mm,
right? And I'll put it to you in Holy Life terms, right? Um, let's just say, Linda, you're out there prospecting, building your business, but your personal development level is not high enough to attract a Wayne Clark or a Karin. Would that be a multi-million dollar mistake? Yeah, yeah. So you attract who you are, right? So in I like to give this illustration too, and I'll do it for y'all. Um, your personal development level, there's an unspoken rule that your personal development level, let me get in front of that camera, and your income on a scale from 1 to 10 cannot be 1 to 2 points away from each other for any length of time. Okay? Most people, and you guys have lottery winners over there in Australia?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take a lottery winner, right? Personal development will give them a 1, maybe a 2, right? Down here. But then they win the lotto and their income goes to a 10 plus, right? What happens to that person in a couple years? They're broke again,
Mm.
right? Because it's that unspoken rule that says their income and personal development cannot be 1 to 2 points away from each other for any length of time. So if you understand that and you worked on your personal development, got it up from a 1 to maybe a 7, 8, right? The same thing has to happen. Your income has to grow with it because we got that unspoken rule that says your income and personal development cannot be a 1 to 2 points away from each other for any length of time. So personal development is the secret sauce to growing any type of business, whether it's traditional network marketing, and it'll even help you in your personal life, right, with your relationships. But then the other thing that you got to focus in on is your daily method of operation, right? And focus on income producing activities. Okay, dusting my desk off, not an income producing activity. Rearranging the desk because I want the stapler over here instead of over here, not an income producing activity, right? Your income producing activity is sharing the message of Holy Life, right? Whatever that method is, you want to be sharing.
Mm.
And I like to talk to people or even text people.
Mm.
So what I try to do every day is have at least 5 people a day see my videos. Okay, so I want to prospect 5 a day, send 5 videos out of every day, because at the end of the week that's 25 videos,
Mm.
right? And out of that 25, and I'll be teaching this at convention, but you guys heard of the Pareto principle or the 80-20 rule? Okay, right? So if you send out 25 videos a week, the 80-20 rule says that 20% of the people will actually watch your video. So that's 5 people out of the 25 will actually watch it that week. And then if you take those 5 and do the 20% again, the 80-20 rule, you should expect 1 new person a week.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, imagine you got your team growing, right? You got several people left and right. Imagine if they're doing the exact same thing,
Mm.
right? And so instead of you bringing in 1 a week, now your team is bringing in multiple people each every week. And then that's how your business really starts to explode, is when you start duplicating the daily activities,
Mm.
right? So sending out videos, following up, right? And if you guys are doing um, demo or grounding parties, that's the same thing, right? You're getting people introduced to your business.
Mm.
If you're doing um shows on the weekends or whatever, those are income producing activities. Anything you can do to get um, people introduced to Holy Life is an income producing activity. So you want to focus more on that. Um, you can clean the desk off anytime,
Mm.
later on after you're done with your income producing activities. And then I would say, create a balanced, daily method of operation. If
Mhm.
your goal is to read 10 pages a day, do your 10 pages a day. If your goal is to send out 5 videos a day,
Mm.
send out your 5 videos a day. And if you do all that by within an hour and you want to take the rest of the day off, you're done working. It's
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But if you're having a really good day and people are answering the phone and they're responding and you want to keep on going, doing more, then that's okay too.
Mm.
But main thing is go to work every day in your Holy Life business
Yeah.
and it'll
And
pay
this is,
off
I
big time
mean,
long term.
Yeah, when it seems so simple, but I remember years ago I did a business course with one of the best business coaches in Australia, and he called it "Eat Your Frog." And
Yeah,
basically, you probably heard of that. Is that you do the thing, the hardest thing that you don't want to do, and that's probably the daily method of operation. You go, you clean the desk, you avoid it, but you got to throw yourself into, I am going to send these 5 messages because when you think about a team, it's 5 messages. It's really not that much. Once it's
yeah,
done, then you can get on and clean the desk or whatever. But that is basically the saying, eat your frog and get
yep,
that done. And yeah, of
yep.
course, personal development is everything. Hours and hours I spend every day on listening to audios and courses. Like I'm on a course at the moment for 5 days, and it's very much personal development, even though it's body work. It's very much these guys are into all that as well. So, so important, eh?
And then there's a saying, right? Because you mentioned it sounds so simple to do, right? But here's the thing, guys, what's simple to do is also simple not to do, right?
I love that.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
It does goes both ways, and yeah, yeah. So, how do you keep things super simple, so it truly duplicates across a team?
Well, I would say you got to come up with a system, right? And I will say this with what Luigi and Anna and Asher put together with the Frequency Awakening, guys, that's a sales funnel right there for us, right? It's our website slash sales funnel. Uh, so utilize the tools we do have,
Mm,
right? And if you're a person that likes to talk on the phone, then create a system where you're calling so many people a day, sharing the videos with people.
mm,
And I have I have an iPhone, right? And in my notes, I have WayneC.thefrequencyawakening.com saved in there as my videos, right?
mm,
And so when I'm calling somebody and they, yeah, send me the videos, all I got to do is go to my notes and forward that link to them.
mm,
And now they have the video link.
mm,
I have the comp plan saved in my notes. I got my scripts, everything saved in my notes to where all I'm doing is pushing buttons and sending it to people.
mm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that's very important to this is you've got to track this, right? Uh, I'm 61 years old, so I like paper, right? Some people don't like paper. They would rather do something on an Excel spreadsheet, right? So I have mine in like a 3-ring binder, right? Let me see if you can see this. Everybody I send the video to, the date I send the video to them to, and the day I send the comp video to them.
Mm,
And then I know exactly when to start following up with them.
mm, mm,
So you got to come up with a system, whether it's on paper, you got a tracking sheet like this, or you create some type of an Excel spreadsheet. Come up with a system that you will use.
mm.
Because here's the thing I know about systems. You can spend a lot of money buying the best systems out there, but if you don't use it, it's useless,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So come up with a system where you're feeding people into your names list, your contact list, right? And then you want to transfer those people from your contact list to your list of people that you've prospected and sent the videos to,
Mm,
right? So you're working them through kind of like a sales funnel, right? To
mm,
where eventually they're going to tell you, quit bugging me. I don't want to ever do that, or don't not interested. To yes, I'm ready to buy,
mm, mm,
right? And
mm,
all we're doing is moving people through our system here that we created using the tools that we have available to us.
mm. I think
Does
they're
that answer
great
your question?
points. Yeah, absolutely. Wayne, what I find is one skill that I say that is one of the most important things in life to have is organization, because it's really, really important. Like as you say, using notes in the phone, I like that. I've got my system. I got this diary when we went to, China. But what I do, Wayne, I put down every day I write down what's my volume, what have I earned, who have I contacted. I do that in here, but I also got a spreadsheet. Now, I don't know if everyone here does that because how can you track when you follow up and the date of when you contact people? I think personally that's really, really important for me. Because when you're in contact with a lot of people, Facebook Messenger for me, it's like full
Yeah.
on. If I don't, I can miss things, and that's happened where I miss following up with people, and then all of a sudden someone sends me a message. I go, "Holy, I forgot to actually contact them back." So make sure a system is being organized, and having a system is absolutely, I think you guys on the call here just get started straight away and have that sort of organization and system in place.
Yeah. And then someone asked about that tracking sheet. Yeah, I'll try to get it to you, Karin.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I can. It's in a Word document or
yeah,
Excel document.
yeah, we can.
Just send me your email address later on, Karin, and I'll email it to you.
Yeah, I will. One last
Yeah.
question because we've had Wayne here for a long time now. What does great leadership look like in this business, especially for those who are looking at it building long term?
I would say for me, and I've read a lot of John Maxwell books, guys. And the thing I got out of all that reading and learning is just lead by example, right? I'm gonna keep it real simple. Lead by example. Don't ask your teams to do something you're not willing to do.
Mm.
And and I always try to go first. I mean, good or bad, I'm gonna be the one trying it out first, right? So that way I can direct my team on what works or what doesn't work.
Yeah,
And so yeah, so as you grow your business, right, just you know, be authentic with your people, be real, and lead by example,
mm,
right? And by you doing the work, leading by example,
mm,
when they run across the same problems you came across, you're like, hey, I know how to fix that, right? Because
mm,
this is what I did to fix that problem that
mm,
I ran across.
mm.
And so, and then just being real and authentic with people,
Yeah,
uh, is the glue, right? When you're real and authentic with your people, that's the glue that keeps the team together,
yeah,
right? To where you don't have to worry about cross line recruiting or any of that stuff, right?
mm,
Because they're never ever going to leave you because they know and they feel it that you truly have their backs and their
yeah,
best interest,
yeah.
and that's
And
important.
and and that is so true, hey, because people follow what you do, not what you say. You think about your kids, anyone that's got kids or grandkids here, you can tell them anything, but they actually don't listen so much to words. They follow your behavior and what you do. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's amazing. That's a lot of questions there. I think I want to
I'm
thank
on a
you.
roll. What else you got?
Well, I've got heaps, but what I'm going to do is to open it up for anyone that's got any questions here, because I mean, I could continue forever, but I didn't want to hold you up too long. So if we got any questions, I think Kay has opened up her phone. Have you got any questions, Kay?
Yeah, look, sorry I was late and sorry I left my video on for a while there. I didn't realise that was happening. So I do apologise. Um, I've got no idea what you all saw, but anyway, that's life. Um, More importantly, thank you for coming on. It's wonderful. I didn't know about opening up my A and B initially. So is there another way we can set that strategy up somewhere else in the I've got a B but I don't have an A.
Well, you may never ever need an A, right? If you already sponsored somebody there and you went ahead and put your B position in, and it's you, and
Yeah,
that's
but
okay.
okay, my B's not me, but it's from me.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
no, sorry, I did put a B in, didn't I? Yes, but not an
yeah,
A in. Yes.
yeah. So, and is B your weaker leg?
At the moment, yes.
Yeah. So yeah. So I wouldn't worry about it yet, and just keep coming down the left side of B, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it may be one day down the road that Karin says, hey, Kate, you might want to build the right side of B, and that way your B position's getting checks, and that's all feeding your top center for volume. You're getting checks on your top center.
Okay. Well, I do have an interesting scenario because I accidentally enrolled my second person on my B league under the B side of the person above them. So I could potentially change that one into my name. Would that be beneficial, or just leave it for now?
I would just leave it for now. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't really matter at this point.
Okay.
So I wouldn't even worry about it. I just keep focused on doing the daily activities that's going to pay you the most amount of money.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And just drive depth. We want to go deep with this.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, Kay.
Anyone else got any questions here? You're very quiet. Someone's got some questions, I'm sure. I can ask plenty of questions, but
Well, do you have anything specific that your whole team needs to hear? What are some things that you've been running across with your team? And do we want to stop recording?
yeah, I can stop recording now, and then people might feel a little bit more. So